All right. So I'm going to tell you the overall reason why you need both high ticket and low ticket offers inside of your coaching business or whatever offer that you're running right now. You can even have an e-commerce business and still need this in place. The reason why is because you need to have a beginning point to how people get into your ecosystem that has a lower barrier to entry versus the higher end back end type of offer. So ultimately, you see this happen a lot right now. Everyone's on the crave of doing low ticket communities and whatever, paying me a monthly subscription. But what they don't tell you is that they have back end offers still. Like high ticket's not dead, guys. I want to make sure you know that's extremely clear. High ticket is not dead. It's just how you get people into the high ticket is changing and it's evolving. It's ever evolving. It's forever going to change. And communities are just one of those things. Like it used to be, you can just run lead magnets, or you can just run ads, or you can just have a free training, which those things are still very necessary nonetheless. But at the end of the day, people are becoming much more tied to being able to connect with other people on a more personal, emotional, and I guess trust level from that perspective before they even make a decision moving forward. And that trust has evolved. Like trust used to be very simple to get because it used to be more of a problem solution type of scenario. And whether or not, they liked you as a person, they saw you had the solution to the answer. So they liked you because of that, like, inherently. So nonetheless, since there's so many solutions to the problem, they're trying to decide, well, who do I actually trust here now? Right. If you have a million different iPhones, okay, they're all the same essentially, but maybe some have like a specific app that another one doesn't have, right? Maybe one has specific phone numbers that another one just doesn't have. And maybe they're all different in that kind of way. And they're trying to decide, well, okay, those are some features that I like, but then it's really about who owns the phone now, right? And ultimately, if the owner of the person or the phone has what they need, right, it has all the necessary things, it's all coming down to how you connect with the person who actually has the thing that you want. So essentially, that's where we're at right now in this ecosystem. It's like it's a battle for trust. So ultimately, people realize, well, how can I build that trust? Well, it's going to be having a low ticket community, right? Because of the fact that you can give them as much value as possible. You can create YouTube videos and all this kind of stuff. People are weird about giving away everything for free. You can build a free course and all that kind of good stuff. But people want to monetize it somehow as well, right? So you see a lot of people building these communities, making them free, then making them paid once enough people join. And then it's just a whole big kind of scaling scenario in order to then sell your higher ticket things off the back end. And I'm going to share with you why this is so important. So I want to make sure that you understand entirely that you do need both high ticket and low ticket. Okay. So in order to do this, it's very simple. And I want to break it down in the simplest way possible so you guys can understand truly how this is done. All right. So we have something that I call the value ladder. All right. So it looks kind of like this. And essentially, where you see a lot of people have their high ticket offers, it's right here. Okay. This is usually the high ticket offer. It's usually around, 5K, don't mind my handwriting, to 10K. Right. So this is usually where most people hang out and have their main high ticket offer. Now, the original way that this was always scaled was, all right, I'm going to run some ads. I'm going to book a call. I'm going to sell them on the offer with my closers in the middle, and then basically just arbitrage the ad spend to what it costs to actually sell the actual program or whatever it is you're selling the service to as well. So that's one of the fastest ways this could be done. You can spend 10K on ads, then you can turn that 10K into 20K by selling a few people into the program at 5K, right? You just need to sell four people on to make 10K profit because you spent 10K in ads. In order to sell four people, you need to just reverse engineer the math and assume that if you're closing at a 30% rate, you need about 12 booked calls, right? So if we're doing that, then okay, cool. Now we have a business, right? So we need to generate 12 showed up calls that actually are qualified. In order to do that, let's just assume 65% is the show rate. So we really need to generate around, let's just say 20 booked calls, right? In order to do 20 booked calls, we need to generate how many leads? Well, if we have like a 50% lead to book rate, right? Then we need to generate 40 leads to do that. So how many leads do we need to generate off of $10,000? Well, if you do the math there, we need to be able to spend 10,000, okay, and divide it by 40 leads, we need to be able to spend $250 per lead, if that's the case, which is very high, obviously. You can get a lot more leads for that much money, depending on the obvious, industry you're in. But like if you're looking for, investors and, accredited investors, stuff like that, you're going to be spending some money. But like we've been able to do that for other offers too in the past at very, very minimal cost as well. Somewhere around like, 75 to $100 even for a booked call. But nonetheless, that's the math you need to be able to do. And it's getting a lot harder now. This is why people are going into the actual community route, because it's just the same model, it's the same idea. It's just with a different avenue now. So you'll see like the low offers down here are usually like, I'll have a lead magnet, I'll have a free course, I'll have a free training. That's what these boxes represent. I'll have whatever else for free. And essentially, like those were the things that I'm going to have, ads come over to. I'm going to have ads over here and I'm going to run them to these offers, either it be on a funnel or whatever the case. I'm going to create a YouTube video. I'm going to create short form content, and all these things go towards the lead magnets. And then from the lead magnets, they're able to basically nurture this audience, right? And they become a trusted, engaged lead. So trust, wow, I'm very bad at typing or drawing with this. Trust, right? You are able to earn credibility, right? Oh my gosh, this is horrible. And then you're also able to gain authority because of that. So I'm just going to do AUTH. All right. So in order to do that, like we can get a lot of that done as well through these on a very surface level. But selling something that's actually going to be good needs to be essential, obviously, right? So that's why building those things out are extremely important in order for you to build up upon that trust. But the best way to do that is to remove price. So usually these things are all built out for free. It's usually from $0 to $100. Okay. That's usually the price range for these types of offers because it's super low barrier to entry. But what people are doing now that obviously is very, very successful is they'll have a continuity program, which is going to help them get paid indefinitely into the future, as long as these people stay on board. So if someone comes in and just buys the community, they're not spending too much money. They're spending just as they would on a software. And essentially they're able to learn, be a part of a community, chat with people who are actually genuinely doing the things that they want to do. And they're spending about, $47 a month or whatever the case, right? So that's where people are making money and it's paying for the ads. You catch me now? So instead of selling a one-time $37, mini course, the mini course is actually the community now, and they're selling the actual ongoing community. And now there's obviously effective ways for retention there. That's like the main thing to solve for. So it's valuable enough so people stay. The pain of staying is not as painful as the pain of leaving. And in order to solve for that, there's multiple ways we can do that. It's a whole different video. But this is the main way that people are pretty much seeing that, like, okay, well, I understand now that I can't just spend $10 on an ad, get a booked or get someone to buy my $7 lead magnet, because now I'm out money, right? I didn't really make money back. I'm out -3, but then hoping to get that person buying from a $7 lead magnet, selling them on a $5,000 offer is a little bit difficult, because that's the whole goal of this level, is to upsell them into this level, right? Because that's the natural progression of your value ladder of what I'm explaining here. So that's why people are trying to solve for that main problem of higher costs on ads. That's the whole reason why this is even a thing today, is because of that fact. And it's very simple to start a low ticket community, because it's pretty much what you would build inside of your high ticket up here, but at a lower scale, essentially, and less attention from you. So it's pretty much just building a free course, but putting a price tag on a monthly retainer on that, so people remain and getting access to it. And maybe you have some coaching calls involved. So you're just adding a little bit more and building more of like an actual community conversation base around that course, right? And then obviously unlocking more value as they upsell. But the whole thing is solving for, how can I build more value? How can I build more trust? How can I build more credibility and authority to where they trust me enough to spend 5K with me? That's the whole goal of this low ticket stuff. So that's why it's really important to have low ticket that actually feeds into the high ticket, because high ticket still needs to be there. So don't get this wrong. Okay. So overall, at the end of the day, this is how the model should always work. You should have a low ticket offer. You should get attention to that low ticket offer, whether it be YouTube, short form, ads, whatever it looks like. Okay. You need to have attention going towards that low ticket offer. And ultimately, the community continuity program is going to help you generate money on an ongoing basis. Because if we are able to spend, let's just say $20 over here on paid ads, just imagine like these are paid ads. And then we get people purchasing this program for $7 a month. Okay. Let's just assume that this is $7 a month. All right. Now, if we have $7 a month, let me just, now if this is $7 a month, we're able to realize like, okay, they're going to spend $7 a month one. Ooh, I do not like that color. Let me change the color here. I want this dark purple looks cool. So we have $7 month one, $7 month two, $7 month three, 7 times 3, that's $21. We spent $20 to get that person. As long as they stay for 3 months, it'll pay for more ads, right? And now that's obviously a very high number to get a $7 purchase, but nonetheless, you can get purchases for much cheaper than that. Let's just say we get them for $5. Okay. So if we get $5, because we can solve for lower costs on ads as long as your ads are really good. So if we get $5 cost per purchased program and they're staying for months and months and months, right? We have to see like, what's the break even point? Well, obviously $7 a month on a $5 cost per purchase, that's obviously a positive ROI right there. So the ROAS is like, 1.2 or something like that. So that's a look at it. But then as month 2 and month 3, month 4, month 5, and so on and so forth, the ROI becomes indefinite because as long as they're staying, the ROI is always continually increasing. We spent $5 to get that person. They were paid us $7 for 5 months, right? That's $35. Then you can see the ROI there. And as long as I can keep doing that and compounding, that's the whole idea of the continuity to be able to spend more money over here. And then feeding this machine to the low ticket again. Okay. If you're catching me here, this is the whole idea. So continually optimize for more people joining the program. So that way they're paying us on a monthly basis, pumping that money, whatever we're making profit wise, into more ads, more content, more eyeballs, more attention, top of funnel. So that way we can feed more people into this. And this is a whole ecosystem that's, positive profit, right? That's a dollar sign and a plus sign. So that's positive profit. But then there's going to be a percentage of these people purchasing the high ticket, right? Let's just say like 2% of them. Let's just say we get 100 people paying us $7 a month. Okay. That's $700 a month. All right. Or $70. What is that? It's $70, right? My math right? I guess I'm just retarded if I don't get that right. Yeah. $700. Okay. Obviously whatever, $700 a month. And that is by getting $5 cost per purchase. Okay. So if that is compounding, like multiply that by 3 months, that's $2,100, right? With those people. Now that continually compounds, we're able to spend more money to acquire more clients, more customers. And then we get 2% each month of those people upselling into the next level, which is if we have, let's just say, what did I say? 100 people, right? So that's 2%. So we got 2 people a month buying 5K or to 10K or whatever the cost really looks like for you. If we get 2 people a month buying that program, then we just added on another 5K to 10K on top of that, or 10 to 20, depending on how much your offer is, plus the continuity that we're spending to get more clients on the front end, which that number's continuously going to increase. I'm just doing conservative numbers here for like the sake of this training. So if we get 2% of people here, that's going to be a plus. And let's just imagine 10K, let's say your offer is 5K. All right. So now all in all, if we're doing this month over month and we're just maintaining even just the same numbers and we're not growing, which 2%, like obviously that's very low. If you can get more than 2 people out of 100 people who are in your program with getting a setter in place, upselling and continuously selling them on the idea of joining the actual program and all that kind of good stuff. But obviously that number is quite low, but I'm just showing you the reality of how profitable this business model is. So obviously the profit margins on that are minuscule. As long as you have like a closer and setter, you're going to maintain like 80% margins on that, which is quite simple. And you can also do it without even doing any sales calls, to be clear, but it's obviously going to be a lower percentage nonetheless. Anyways, not to get off on a tangent, that's the overall process here though, as you can see. So we spent $5, got one purchase at $7 a month. That person stays on for 3 months. That's $21. We're able to pump more back into the ecosystem. Now we can get and compound that. Now we built our way up to about 100 purchases of that program. So now we have $700 coming in after spending only $5 to acquire each customer. So we spent about 5 times 100, $500 to get $700 back. Now we're profitable $300. Now I can spend that $300, which is a new opportunity for me to increase if I put all of that profit back into the business. And if just for the sake of these numbers, that I can get 60 new people coming into the business indefinitely, obviously, if I just spend more money on that same model there alone. So if I did that, and we got $420 more added onto that 700 that we already were making. That's 1120, right? $1,120. And now that's just a compounding number because we're still spending the same amount of money to acquire new purchases. Obviously, that number will always fluctuate, to be clear, but you can always take averages once we actually start scaling this. So if that's the case, we can spend more money to acquire those people. We can increase this number and percentage of people that we upsell. Maybe we're running a new special and now we're able to collect even more money. But that's overall the model. And that's how the flywheel really works. So we spend money, we spend a time building attention to go into the low ticket community program. And then we stack bread there, take the profit, pump it back into the ecosystem, and then have an internal flywheel to start generating booked appointments for the main offer. Okay. Oh, that's the pen. We can do the highlighter. So we start, oh my gosh, I want blue, dude. Let's go. All right. So then we start building this internal flywheel of getting people from this continuity offer into the main offer to upsell them into the higher ticket. So that's the overall flywheel as you see it here. So it goes like low ticket, convert percent. This is where, you'll have your, and this is just going to be like a person. This is your setter, right? So you have your setter put in place here to increase conversions for the amount of people who are in your program, the continuity community, into your high ticket booked calls for the main program. And then we convert as many people there as possible. And it's an ever going system and flywheel there. And I want that to make extreme sense for you, because at the end of the day, you can easily do this and put this in place and have the minimal cost associated with getting new purchases for the program, which makes this business model a no-brainer. So maybe you're already running this, or maybe you need help running this. This is exactly what it is I do for my clients. I help them build all of this from zero. If you don't have anything, I can do that. I usually do this as like a launch partner. That's why I own launchpartner.com. And I'm able to help them go from zero to starting this and building their community. As long as you're good at what you do and you have some sort of attention already, I can absolutely help you do this. But if you don't, that's totally okay as well, because at the end of the day, we can always get attention. You have to be willing to spend money on ads and willing to spend money to invest into my help, and we'll make it happen. But let's just say you need more success with your paid ads as well. Well, I can obviously help you do that too, if that were to be the case. But what I've also done is put this into practice for myself. So I built Monetize Mentor, which is my community program where I teach ads, marketing, sales to do all of this from my experience. I have 20 plus launches under my belt. I've been able to help a couple of creators even reach 7 figures and everywhere in between. So I definitely would love to be able to help you do so. If you want to join that, the link is in the description to join Monetize Mentor. It's completely free. I don't have it paid at all yet. It's brand new. There's barely anybody in it, but there's still people joining nonetheless. And I'm still putting in tons of content and all that. I do other things full-time already, like the marketing side of the business and stuff like that for my current clients. So I wanted to make sure I give them more attention than I do spend on this, but I find time to do this when I can to help you guys out, because I believe in being able to provide all of this to you guys completely for free. And if you guys want to work together, it's not too crazy. Okay. I just do this. Like I literally will help you and build it all for you, launch it from zero. And I teach it all inside of Monetize Mentor. So if you guys ever want to go see it, join the program in order for you guys to get all of that access to the information, to chat with me, chat with other people inside. And I'm more than happy to help you out. And if you ever wanted to work directly with me, then it's just a matter of booking a quick call or just texting me inside the group in order for us to see what we can do together. If you need help with ads, you need help with VSL, funnels, automations, building out your internal systems, operations, all that kind of good stuff. I've done it for years now at this point, and I'm more than happy to help out if you do need that help. So join it down below in the description box. Hopefully this video was valuable for you. Hopefully you can see the point of needing a low ticket offer that feeds to a high ticket offer, and ultimately how profitable it really can be. And I want to make one more point that regardless of if you build a community, you still need a low ticket offer, regardless of if it is the community or something different, like an ebook, PDF, guide, whatever, templates, free course, mini course for $7 to $100 or whatever the case might look like. You still need something low ticket because we need to mitigate the costs associated with running paid ads. Okay. So whatever we need to run there, we need to make it valuable enough to sell enough of those right into getting them in, because we always want to be profitable on ads up front. If we don't have a proven success on the back end of how many leads we're able to book into a call to sell into high ticket to get an ROI on ads. So we're not going to be spending money on ads if we're not profitable, right? It's obvious. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Hopefully you guys like this new style. I like the whiteboard method on these a little bit better, just because it allows me to kind of go through the thoughts and help you guys understand from a training perspective. So let me know some feedback. I'm going to be testing out different things where I'll have like a full document or just whiteboarding it out like that in real time. Whatever you guys feel more valuable, I definitely want to make sure I touch on more, because I'm all about making sure you guys get the best experience. So hopefully you guys do. Hopefully that was valuable. And I will see you in the next video. Hopefully it was a good one here. Watch the next one that's on this next end screen so you can see some of the other videos that I've published. But nonetheless, join Monetize Mentor. Let's get you successful and let's build out your business to be actually a good cash cow flowing machine. I want you guys to be successful as much as possible and then share the successes with other people inside the program as well. So I'll see you inside. Peace, guys.